Hi, Taurus. I'm Ronan, and this is going to be your December reading, even though we are several days in. Sorry about that, but also not really because I had to take care of myself. Get that out of there. So, first of all, I should say that the headphones are going to be a thing because they help me be comfortable. Also, all of my information, my website, the booking link, and my Instagram will be below. So if you would like to schedule an extended reading of this one or a personal intuitive consultation session, everything you need will be down below. Okay, 3 of Cups, first card out, and 7 of Cups. Two of Swords. That was awkward. There you go. King of Pentacles. I hear, despite all things, something's not right. That's what I hear. Despite all things, something's not right. I think you've had a fairly spectacular year, but it's like something seems to be just beyond your reach and you're trying to understand. Not even understand what it is, but how to get it, how to grab it, how to reach out and grab it. And then we have the Death card. There's been a change of focus, a total transformation of focus. Total transformation of focus. I'm going to wait for another card to support this Death card. Two of Cups. All right. So lots of relationships you've found severed this year. Severed is the word that I need to use. But through each of those things, you have 7 of Wands. So yeah, definitely you've faced a lot of adversity when it comes to your friendships. But through that, you have gotten closer and closer to yourself. And also, I think with each one, the Chariot card, each one you've been able to steer yourself in a fresh direction. Like you've learned something from each of those relationships. You've taken something from each of those relationships, which is what you should do, right? That's ideally how we learn. Now the 4 of Swords, now that we're at the end of the year, okay, cards coming out quickly. 4 of Cups, Justice card, the Wheel of Fortune. All right. Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So now we have Queen and King, and then underneath that is the Hermit. Okay. So I'm feeling you getting skeptical is the word that comes to mind. Like you have this very neutral demeanor about yourself, and I think that especially after this year, You are truly, truly neutral, truly, truly just taking things as they come. But I think you're starting to be on the verge of like shutting certain things out, just because of your experiences this year. Now, the purpose of, I'm looking at the Death card and the Two of Cups. The purpose of this new I'm going to switch gears. It's like you were on the right track of discovery in terms of, what you need to do pressing forward. And then because of these experiences being, I think you've been thinking too, like overthinking these experiences and these relationships, because it's now making you why is the light doing that? That's interesting. A little too self-sufficient. There's a lot of, like at the beginning of this, we have a lot of support, and then after that, we have a lot of like solitary, um, I'm doing this all on my own type of cards. Like I'm here for myself type of thing. Um, I'm going to pull another card for this Wheel of Fortune. Okay. You don't know how things are going to work out for you. All right, the Lover's card popped out. Right. So you may want to be insistent on Ace of Cups and King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You may be insistent on uh, doing things a certain way, experiencing things a certain way. And to be honest with you, that's just going to hinder you. Like, it's just going to push you back. But eventually, you're going to understand that the Lover's card is not just about like relationship romance stuff. It's about duality. It's about the total experience of anything. And whatever you are passionate about at this time, whatever it is that you are pursuing at this time, it may not even be a pursuit per se. It may just be something you want and not something you are totally going for. But it's the entire range of the experience that you have to accept, before everything manifests in full. I was going to say something else, but I was just waiting for the words to come. It's the full range of the experience, like the total. It's like you got it right by understanding that all of the experiences and relationships this year have all taught you something very, very important, but like you're using it in the wrong way. Like you still feel like you can be so, totally self-sufficient, which yes, you can, but it's not about that. It's not about if you can do it on your own. It's not about if you can achieve it on your own. It's about the fact that it may not necessarily be in your path to do it alone. And I know that there's a part of you that doesn't want to do it alone, but at the same time, again, there's this sense of neutrality. Like, you just, Oh gosh, you're being so stubborn. It's like you just like Aquarius, okay? You know what I'm telling you. You know this. You understand the necessity of, this support in whatever form it may come. It may not even necessarily be a person, it may be information, it may be resources, but it's like you're teetering a little too far on this whole like I can do this on my own side. Like I'm seeing someone who's like folding their arms and they're very insistent because someone is just like sitting there waiting to give them, let's say, treasure. And you're just like folding your arms and you're just like, I can get it myself. But on the inside, you know that it'll just be more difficult for you to get it yourself rather than just like, receiving it from them. Or kind of like, when you're moving and you know that you need some help carrying a couch out of the apartment and into the truck, but you just are just like, nope, no, I got it. I got it. Okay, fuck all that. Fuck all that. You're putting yourself through unnecessary trouble. And if you know that you could use the assistance, or if you know that you could use a miracle, I'm looking at this Wheel of Fortune now with the Lover's card. If you know that you could use also a very clear sign, don't close your eyes, then you're not going to see it. Don't look the other way, then you're not going to see it. It's like it's right behind you, but you don't want to turn around. I don't want to say I don't understand that, because I do. I understand that kind of stubbornness. But for the sake of what you truly want, is it worth it? Is that ego worth it? Is it worth it? Okay, let's look for weekly. I only have 3 weeks pulled here because we're already, into December quite a bit. First week, or this week, it's almost like you've hit a milestone and you're celebrating, but you're not. It's like you're second guessing it. I'm not going to question what I'm hearing. I'm just going to leave it there. The next week, I think you're going to go into the third week of December. Like something will have been stripped from you, but you will naturally have your defenses up because you feel kind of naked. Um, I think you'll have to make an important decision. Excuse me. And it'll require you to really like listen to yourself. Really listen to yourself. Don't. Death card and the Chariot there's no sense. It would make no sense to go back to what you did before. It would make no sense to repeat, the same actions that got you in the unnecessary situations. Like, just ask, okay? Just ask for what you need, or just reach out to that person, or just go ahead and be the bigger person. Lead by example. That's a big one. Lead by example. 7 of Wands and the Chariot. Lead by example. I'm going to go into the final week here. I hear it's gonna turn out the same way regardless. So you might as well accept it. You're gonna have this thing, you're gonna have this experience regardless, and it's gonna be wonderful. But if you don't accept it, then you're just gonna have a hard time getting through it. If you do, then you can not only get through it, but you will enjoy it and you will understand it and you will take from it what you need. Let's see if I can get some insight into next year. 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so going into January, you're going to, it's like I hear you asking yourself, like, not even asking yourself, just telling yourself, like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back to that shit. I'm not going to have a repeat of last year this year. So going into 2019, you're going to have to make an active, conscious decision to I wanted to say it a different way, but to be honest, to not be so stubborn. To not be so stubborn. Okay, you don't have to do everything by yourself. If you do everything by yourself, you can still get things done, but it will just be so chaotic and so just like unnecessary. Yeah. Okay, so before I conclude this, I want to revisit this Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers card. I do understand. I'm looking at the Justice, Wheel of Fortune, and the Lovers card. I do totally, I'm trying not to make this video too long, but I do totally understand you wanting to keep this like very like keep up this poker face, like just in case. But it's like there's a time for that. There's a time for that. I think you should be prepared to be more open and more vulnerable toward the end of this month. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. I see so much in these three, and I suppose that, you know, if you want to book an extended reading, I can expound on what that means for you individually, because extended readings are not general, they are custom to you. So if you want more information, if you feel, tugged at by these three cards as well, then let me know. Leave me a comment or visit my Instagram, or I actually have a phone number on my Instagram. So if you want to reach out to me, text me, ask me questions, or just go ahead and book your extended reading, then the information will be below. I'm sorry to leave it at that, but the energy is pulling, but I can't just give you the information when this is a general reading. So I gave you general information, and if you want some more detail, then I'm happy to give you that detail. Other than that, the more I think about it, the more I feel like I won't do a mid-month reading, but I may release some more videos before the end of the month. Otherwise, I will see you for the new year. Bye, Taurus.